8-0. The last defending champion to do this lost the finals. Oklahoma City plus 16.6 per game, 50.9% from the field, 2 playoff series, 0 losses. The last team that did this was the 2017 Cleveland Cavaliers. They lost in 5. The Thunder are the 11th team in NBA history to start a postseason 8-0, the 4th defending champion, the first in 9 years. But the chalkboard already knows the difference. The 2017 Cavaliers did it on offense. Oklahoma City is doing it with one defensive scheme, the 2 big rim shell. We start there. What does conventional wisdom say about an 8-0 start? It says the bracket was kind. Indiana was a tune-up. The Lakers had Doncic playing on a sprained ankle. LeBron James turned 41 this season. The shooting math will regress. The score margins will tighten. Hot starts always cool. Every analyst desk in the country has filed some version of that take. On its own terms, it is reasonable. 8-0 can be a hot streak, plus 16.6 can be a sample size artifact. 50.9% from the field can be variance running hot for 2 weeks. But conventional wisdom misses the chalkboard. Here is what the numbers actually say. Across both playoff series, opponents have shot at the rim 22% of the time. That is the lowest playoff rim frequency any defending champion has held opponents to since the league started tracking the data. When opponents do get to the rim, they finish at 59%. That is not regression to the mean, that is structural deprivation. Indiana could not get there, the Lakers could not get there. 2 playoff teams with completely different offensive identities ran into the same exact wall. A wall built by one coverage scheme that Mark Daigneault has run as Oklahoma City's base defense for 8 straight games. The conventional wisdom answer to 8-0 is shooting variance. The chalkboard answer is the rim. 22%, 59%. The Thunder are not scoring opponents into submission. They are erasing the basket. That is not a hot streak. That is a scheme. 8-0, 22% at the rim. Not just hot shooting. The actual mechanism is the 2 big rim shell, the geometry of where Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein stand on every single playoff possession. Here is the structure. Holmgren plays high at the level of the screen or above it. Hartenstein plays deep, anchored inside the restricted area. The pick-and-roll ball handler sees 2 7-footers staggered between him and the basket every single possession. A normal modern defense lets the ball handler choose, drive past one rim protector, or kick out to a corner shooter. The 2 big rim shell removes the drive option entirely. The driver sees Holmgren at the screen, then sees Hartenstein at the restricted area, then aborts. Aborts on 22% rim frequency. Now the deeper mechanism, both big switch. Conventional offense against a 2 big lineup tries to drag 1 big into space via pick and roll, force the screen defender to switch out onto a guard, get the big stuck on the perimeter, drive the mismatched guard, or roll the big into a sub. That math does not work here. When Hartenstein switches out, Holmgren is already at the rim. When Holmgren switches out, Hartenstein is already at the rim. The sub never lands, the mismatch never arrives. Opposing point guards see a second 7-footer waiting at the paint every time they create one mismatch on the perimeter. Watch what happened by Game 3 of the Lakers series. The Lakers stopped initiating pick and rolls into half court. They tried isolation creation. The isolation creator saw the same 2 big rim shell with no screen attached. Just a vertical wall of length. They did not get to the rim either. The Lakers are home for the summer. So here is the historical anchor, the before and after the chalkboard demands. 11 teams in NBA history have started a postseason 8-0. 4 were defending champions. 3 of those 4 went on to win the finals. 1 did not. The one that did not is the most recent, the 2017 Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland's 8-0 start carried a net rating of approximately plus 11.2 per game. They kept going. They started 10-0. They walked into the finals against Golden State and lost in 5. The reason that comp matters is not the warning. The reason it matters is the gap. Oklahoma City's 8-0 is being run with a net rating of plus 16.6 per game. That is 5.4 points per game wider than the most recent defending champion precedent. 5.4 points per game is roughly the difference between a 60-win team and a 50-win team across a full regular season. Across a single playoff round, it is the difference between a sweep and a 6-game series. Cleveland's team field goal percentage during their 8-0 start was around 46%. Oklahoma City's is 50.9%. The Cavaliers held opponents to roughly 30% rim frequency, which was league average for that era. The Thunder are at 22%, 12 points below league average for this one. Same resume, wider margin, different ghost. The 2017 Cavaliers lost the finals because Golden State scored 117 points per game. Oklahoma City's defense has not allowed any opponent to reach that number in 2026. Not in 8 games, not in 2 series, not once. 3 principles. Principle 1, rim deterrence before rim contest. 22% opponent rim frequency is the spine of this defense. Do not block the shot. Stop the shot from being attempted. The Thunder do not lead the league in blocks. They lead the league in rim shots that never happen. Principle 2, the double big switch. Holmgren and Hartenstein both switch. The pick and roll cannot generate a mismatch. Modern offense's primary creation tool is neutralized. That is not a wrinkle. That is the cancellation of the dominant offensive system in the league. Principle 3, the defending champion anchor 4th team ever, first since the 2017 Cavaliers, plus 5.4 points per game wider margin than the most recent precedent. The historical pattern is not destiny, it is a comparable to beat. Now the Steel Man. 8-0 is not a title. The 2017 Cavaliers were 10-0 and lost the finals. Hot starts mean weak first-round opponents. Indiana was a tune-up. The Lakers had Doncic playing hurt. Wait until Oklahoma City sees a real offense. The rim shell will start giving up free corner threes because Holmgren cannot be at the level and closing out. 8-0 is a bracket, not a verdict. Why the Steel Man fails. The 2017 Cavaliers 8-0 came with plus 11.2 against a depleted East. Oklahoma City's 8-0 carries a margin 5.4 points per game wider against opponents with comparable health. That is the difference between a sweep and a 6-game series, sustained across 2 rounds. And the rim shell mechanism does not rely on opponent health, it relies on opponent geometry. Every offense, healthy or hurt, has to enter the paint to score efficiently. Indiana and the Lakers tried. 22% rim frequency is what they got. The conference finals opponent will get the same shell. The shell does not know who is hurt. The verdict. Oklahoma City is 8-0 because the scheme works against everyone. The too big rim shell is the structural reason a defending champion is on pace for a 16-0 playoff run. The 2017 Cavaliers are the ghost. They did this and lost. The chalkboard says Oklahoma City is doing it harder. 3 principles, 1 scheme, 1 8-0 start that the 2017 Cavaliers cannot tell us how to finish. Conference finals open this week, opponents still being decided between San Antonio and Minnesota. One of those teams has Victor Wembanyama, the only player on the planet whose length can punish the geometry of a too big rim shell. The other has a third-quarter offense that hunts switch mismatches harder than anyone in the league. The chalkboard built this scheme to beat Indiana and the Lakers. The next 4 to 7 games will tell us if it scales. 8-0 gets the chalk. 16-0 gets the parade.